Let's welcome on our next guest, Jason Taylor, the president and founder of what is called CodeLaunch. And this is a really cool story, ladies and gentlemen. It involves technology. And you know, I'm a big technology geek, a nerd, if you will. Yeah, I was called a nerd in high school, and I'm proud of that title. But you know what? When you look at what's going on with new technology that's coming to the forefront, it is a big deal. And CodeLaunch 2025, it is a free startup accelerator. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, think of this in terms of like, Shark Tank, where people that have got great ideas are going to walk up in front of a group of panelists and they're going to pitch their idea. And the panelists, they're either going to give it a thumbs up or they're going to throw tomatoes at that person and get them off the stage. No, just kidding. But the 2025 CodeLaunch World Championship is set for Wednesday, November the 12th. That's going to be in Gilley's in Dallas. And I believe Jason Taylor, president and founder of CodeLaunch, that's downtown. Correct in that? Downtown Dallas? In Gilley's. Okay.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's right down the street from the police department headquarters, as a matter of fact. And billed as the greatest startup show on earth. It is live. And it's going to be a competition featuring 6 technology startups from Mexico, Latin America, Canada, and the United States. And, man, they're going to be competing for some really cool stuff. Talk about this. What are they looking at? How does this work? Welcome.
Well, thank you much. And you're not as big of a nerd as me, I bet, because for 3 years in the summertime, I went to computer camp in 5th.
Oh, there you go.
7th grade. So how about that?
That's awesome. And there you go.
That's some nerd stuff right there. Okay, so
Sure.
CodeLaunch travels the world, and we have competitions in Canada and Latin America and North America in the U.S. amongst technology startup founders that are hopeful to raise money and launch their product. And we've already done that in those places this year, and we have 6 finalists coming into the World Championship, and they're going to compete for $50,000 that the audience, the judges, will deploy. And it's our money, but the audience deploys it by using a audience gamification and engagement app.
That's cool.
Where they get $50,000 of play money to help us determine the winners.
Oh, that's awesome. So they can do that right from their seats in the audience, in other words, right? They vote right there?
You come to the show. There's a concert, free concert before, and then we get them hooked up on the app, and then they kind of play along in real time like they're an angel investor using their play money to deploy it.
You know, Jason, I've interviewed drivers, I don't know how many years now. My golly, we're close to 20. And many of them have had great ideas about some technology that they would like to bring to the table to make trucking more efficient, to make, I guess, life even more efficient out there. So, drivers, let me do this. Let me open up the phone lines for you if you want to call in, and let's play along. If you've got a technology idea that you would like to see brought forward, what would it be? What would it be to make your life a whole lot easier out there? Jason Taylor on the line, president and founder of CodeLaunch, and let's get your thoughts on this. You know, if you had to pitch that idea, whatever it may be, in front of Jason and the panel, just got to pretend there, but I've got Jason on board. He'll say yay or nay. Give us a call. It's 888-876-2336, 8888 Road Dog, and that is the number to call in. And would love to get your thoughts. I've heard some really cool ideas over the years, Jason, from drivers, and I'm sure folks have probably stopped you on the street and said, well, I got this idea. What do you think about this? Anything is fair game. You know, it could be the most wildest thought, the most wildest idea, but, hey, bring it forward, right? You never know.
Yes, that's what CodeLaunch is all about, is helping people with startup business ideas that are based around technology that must be built. So our parent company, Improving, takes the very best ones and helps build their product. So these 6 founders, by the time they get to the stage at CodeLaunch World Championship, November 12th, they will already have the digital technology product that the venture idea is based around. So that is the whole benefit plus the capital that they could possibly win.
You know, there was one story from Shark Tank I remember reading about that there was this guy, I forget his name, but he presented this idea in front of the panel that, well, if you put this camera on your doorbell, when you ring the doorbell, it will activate the camera. And so the camera is going to be able to see what's going on your front doorstep. And it got turned down by the panel. Nobody thought on the panel, well, that's going to flop. Like a fish out of water. Turned out to be Ring, the company Ring. And that company was bought out by Amazon, billions of dollars there. So you never know. Any competition that stands out in your mind that you thought, well, this might not ever go, but it wound up to be, man, an unsung hero. Anything come to mind during the course of these?
Yeah, I've seen over 1,000 technology pitches since we started this in 2013. And I never really tried to be like the expert that knows what's going to work and not. So what we do is we try to look for the founders who have an excellent delivery, and the idea sounds like it could be viable technically. So the ideas that get like shot down are the ones where the founder maybe doesn't have anybody on their team with some respectable business acumen, or the way they deliver the message is just not polished enough. So we try to help every startup that comes through our program elevate and learn, and so we provide an educational curriculum that will make them a better startup founder, even if they don't make it to our stage.
Yeah, absolutely. And that would help, I would imagine, that when somebody's going in looking for financing in a bank or whatever regional wirehouse, man, that polished image going in there, man, speaking what you need to speak, that's going to win them over. If somebody goes in and hems and haws and it's like, well, there you go. Okay, get them off the stage. You got to have confidence in the messaging and in the product. You got to believe in it, in other words, don't you? When making
yes, you do. And you can have, maybe you're the person with the idea, but you think maybe I'm not the person that should be delivering it. That's okay. We just need to see that you have added that person to your team. So we really like startups where there is a small team. So maybe the original person with the idea is actually a technology person, and they're really good at building the tech. But they've gone and recruited some maybe former business success story person to also believe in the idea, and maybe that person is the one that's doing the pitching. So we try to help solopreneurs, which is what we call our founders that are just by themselves. We try to help our solopreneurs realize that their chance of success goes way, way up when they build a small team that can be good at different things.
Okay, absolutely. And do you, when the panel is looking or talking with somebody, are they expecting that person that's doing the pitching that this is their full-time job? I've heard that on Shark Tank, that, well, are you doing this full-time? And if you're not, we're not going to look at it. You can do this part-time, right? Maybe you're driving a truck, you got this idea in its infancy. You can still maybe drive that truck and then grow as more info comes in.
Everybody starts at the beginning with an idea, and there's no way at that moment that it's their full-time job. So we get a lot of people that are hopeful to become a funded tech startup founder that then when they meet someone like one of these Shark Tank people, they do pass that test. So we're helping people cross that bridge. We have a lot of people that have not cut the cord, but they're working with a small team of other people, and they're dedicating part of their time. We do like to see that they have achieved something. Maybe they will say, hey, it's me and this girl and this guy, and we won these 2 other pitch competitions earlier this year. We haven't cut the cord yet, but there's some kind of progress that we've made.
Okay, we got to do this. We got to cut the. We got to go to the commercials. So we'll cut the cord for a minute here and then come right back. Drivers jump in. Fun segment. Love to get you on board. And Jason Taylor is on, the president and founder of what is called CodeLaunch. CodeLaunch 2025, and they're going to be in the Dallas area Wednesday, November the 12th at Gilley's. Downtown Dallas, a few blocks from the police headquarters, as a matter of fact, easy to find. Billed as the greatest startup show on earth, and it's basically taking the competition, 6 technology startups from the United States, Canada, Mexico, and Latin America, pitching for $50,000 in funding. Have you ever had a technology idea that you thought, well, this thing is really something? You know, if I could just find somebody to tell somebody about this, and maybe we can get this launched and make life easier for truck drivers, others in the industry. Could be, I don't know, maybe it could be, something on a personal level. Maybe something that, maybe you're interested in. Could be something outside of trucking as well. We'll go that route, but let's hear from you. What ideas have you had that you'd like to maybe pitch to Jason Taylor from the seat of that cab? We'll be back in a minute. I'm Mark Willis on SiriusXM 146.
More from Mark Willis on Road Dog Trucking News.
Okay, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Nice to have you in. And, the phone number to call into the program. Love to get you on board. And, what ideas have ever crossed your mind that you think, well, technology-wise, this could really be a game changer, one that could really make life a whole lot easier for all of us out there? Notice I was making it a whole lot easier because every day it can be a strain. Yes, indeed it can. Especially in the trucking industry, you've got to make ends meet, and you got to be where you got to be. You got the hours of service, 14-hour duty cycle, day clock, 11 hours, and all that good stuff. So what ideas have you had? It doesn't necessarily have to be with trucking, but, have you had some idea that, man, if you push a button, create something, push a button, and, man, life's problems could be solved? I don't know, maybe to some extent. Jason Taylor is on the line, the president and founder of CodeLaunch. And again, CodeLaunch 2025, it's a free startup accelerator, and they're going to be doing this in Dallas Wednesday, November the 12th, Gilley's. And it's billed as the greatest startup show on earth. That's not too far from where I am, where I live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I'm about maybe 20 to 30 minutes north of there. Can I just drop in there when this goes on? November 12th?
Yes, you can, but we are expecting it to sell out. We'll have about 900 people there, but I would be happy to give you and all of your listeners a promo code that will give you free general admission tickets. It's ROAD, R-O-A-D, ROAD. So those will eventually sell out, but if you're going to be in the Dallas area and you want to come check out CodeLaunch, be inspired, be entertained, and have a lot of fun, we'd love to see you.
Okay. What's the website? Where can folks find it?
CodeLaunch.com. CodeLaunch.com.
Okay.
Super easy.
Easy as that. All right, thank you, man. Thanks for doing all this. And drivers, again, what ideas you got? What have you had sitting in the back of your mind, maybe sitting in the back of the bunk that you'd like to maybe bring forward? Any thoughts on the most notable winners, Jason, that have come forward? I mean, game changers. Probably have not seen Bill Gates come through, but man, I would imagine maybe stuff that's been real close. Any notables stand out in your mind?
Well, we have a lot of finalists since we've been doing this since 2013. And yesterday I sat on a panel with one of them. His name is Nicholas Powell, and he was the founder of something called Pros Rent. And it was technology, an application that lives on the internet, on the web, that helps construction companies automate all of the rentals at a construction site.
Oh, wow.
So handling all of the rental equipment, the fence, the machines, all the things that must be implemented at a construction site, especially large-scale commercial construction sites. Wrangling all that was incredibly difficult until prosrent.com came along. Wow. And they started in 2016, and they were acquired for something like $25 million in 2023.
Wow.
And so he's now one of our success stories, and he's local here in Dallas.
Oh,
so that's one. There's a handful of others.
Hey, it would really be an inspirational story to hear from, the founders of ProRent. because, I think this would give folks that spirit of entrepreneurship, where they could say, okay, start out with this idea, collaborating, collecting data on rentals, big stuff, that maybe somebody could be inspired out there and say, you know what, I can do this as well. Let's go to Midnight Rider on the line with us. Midnight Rider, where are you, and what have you had cross your mind, man? It could be a game changer, technology.
Okay, so I don't know how to go about it, get it started, but my idea is pretty much every truck in this country has a camera out in the windshield. And I would like to incorporate software to read license plates so when amber and silver alerts go out, the cameras automatically read that and find that license plate and send the information to the jurisdiction of the police so we can find that vehicle quicker. Because you got so many trucks everywhere. Every time that car passes in front of a truck, that camera would read that license plate. What do you think you can do with that?
I think that's a marvelous idea. Can that be done? What do you think, man?
I think it's a great idea, too. I think it's a super good idea. So I think that the camera needs to have a smart enough processor that it's not just capturing data and recording. And it would also need to be I think it depends on the types of cameras that are widespread in trucks. And so it has to have an operating system that can have an application built into it that would be able to, optically recognize license plates. And I know that that's possible because I think that a lot of the cameras that are on our wreckers today, the tow trucks, I think they're already using this because I know that tow trucks have been used by the collections industry to find cars that are on a list that need to be impounded because the borrower is not paying for their bill. So I know that wreckers have been used in almost the same way. So this technology might exist in that industry.
One more thing. If you can give him my phone number, have him call me. That's just one idea. I got probably a couple hundred ideas for different inventions and stuff. But I have no way of knowing how to get it out there, how to get it copyrighted, trademarked, and patented. So I need some help along that line. But I have the ideas. And if you want to be sitting on a beach in Hawaii or on a yacht off the coast one day having a drink, talking about what we created, give him my phone number. Midnight. Okay.
Let's do this. Midnight Rider, I'm almost out of time. And we'll talk with Jason about that and, find a way to do that. But thank you, man. I just got to wrap it up here. And, man, I'll tell you what, great ideas, great inspirations, and drivers never give up. Never give up. I mean, you think about that idea that's maybe sitting on your front windshield or on your dashboard. You think about it, okay, an idea is here. You never know, man. You just never know when something could be like super duper spectacular. And you think, boy, this could really revolutionize the world. Talk to somebody. Reach out maybe to Jason directly through the website. Jason, thank you, sir. And again, want to send folks on Wednesday, November 12th, Gilley's, Dallas. It is going to be the CodeLaunch 2025 Free Startup Accelerator. Where can folks find you, good sir? Where can they read up on this on the web? Where can they go?
They can go to CodeLaunch.com. They can quickly find where to get tickets for the World Championship event on November 12th, and they can use promo code ROAD, R-O-A-D, to get free general admission tickets while they last. Thanks for having me on, Mark.
You bet. Absolutely. And in fact, when all is said and done, let's get you back and bring you on with the winner. Let's do that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Maybe arrange that? Okay, I'll have my people reach your people, and we'll get that all set up and ready to go. All right, thank you, man, for the call.